Welcome to today's video, where we will explore a traditional but extremely interesting profession, beekeeping for honey. This is a job that brings great economic and health value, is both close to nature and full of challenges. Beekeeping not only requires patience and skills, but also requires an understanding of the characteristics of bees and the natural factors that affect them. When mentioning bees, we often think of honey, a valuable product present in many families. Not only a familiar culinary ingredient, but also has countless uses in traditional medicine and beauty products. However, few people know that the process of obtaining those drops of pure honey is a difficult journey for beekeepers. We will learn about the important factors in beekeeping, the costs, how to harvest honey and products made from honey. The goal of this video is to give you a comprehensive view of beekeeping, from the process of bee care, honey harvesting to the valuable products that honey can create. To start beekeeping, the first step is to prepare some basic items and decide on the scale of the farm. You need to buy beehives, bee breeds, wooden frames, and protective equipment such as costumes, gloves, and helmets. The initial cost can range from a few million to tens of millions of VND depending on the number of bee colonies you want to start. However, this is only a small part of the total cost that you will have to spend throughout the beekeeping process. Choosing a bee breed. An extremely important factor when raising bees is choosing a bee breed. Currently, there are many types of bees on the market, but honeybees are the most popular in raising for honey, in which honeybees are divided into many different breeds. Each breed will have its own characteristics such as the ability to produce honey, the ability to withstand weather, and the health of the bee colony. You need to choose the right bee breed for your environment and goals. Bees can reproduce naturally, but if you are just starting out, buying bee breeds from reputable sources will save you time and effort in creating a healthy bee colony. Once you have chosen a bee breed, the next step is to prepare the facilities. The beehive is where the bees live and work. Modern beehives are usually made of wood or plastic, designed to allow the bees to make honey and raise their young. In addition, you will also need other tools such as a wooden frame for the bees to build the nest, a honey extractor, protective equipment and healthcare equipment for the bees. These costs will contribute significantly to maintaining the development of the bee colony and the future honey harvest. Once the bee colony has been formed, the next job is to take care of them to ensure they grow healthy and produce honey effectively. Bee care includes monitoring the growth of the bee colony, supplementing food when necessary, and checking their health. Bees need a suitable living environment to be able to work effectively. Bees' food is mainly nectar and pollen. You need to learn and choose areas with many flowers for bees to collect nectar, especially during the blooming season. Besides finding food, you also need to check the health of the bee colony. Bees can suffer from some diseases such as fungal, bacterial or viral infections. Therefore, Timely checking and handling of diseases is very important. The cost of beekeeping not only includes buying beehives and bee breeds, but also includes the cost of maintaining the bee colony throughout the care process. These costs include supplemental food for bees, especially in winter when flowers are scarce. Costs of care and maintenance tools such as honey extractors and bee frames. Costs of disease prevention for bees. Costs of protecting the hive from other animals such as mice and birds. Although the initial costs may be high, once you have a healthy and stable bee colony, you will make a profit from selling honey, beeswax, and other products. Once your bee colony has grown and is producing enough honey to harvest, this is an important stage in beekeeping. Harvesting honey is not just about removing the honey from the hive, but also requires care and skill to avoid damaging the hive and injuring the bees. Preparing to harvest honey. Before harvesting, you need to check the hive to see if the honey is ripe enough. Ripe honey is honey that has been stored in the hive by the bees and is completely dry, and has a bright color and a characteristic aroma. Usually, honey will be harvested at the end of the flowering season, when the bees have been able to collect enough honey to create a large quantity. Honey harvesting process. The honey harvesting process begins by separating the honeycomb from the honey frames filled with honey. These frames are removed from the hive and brought to a place with enough space to work. Next, the beekeeper will use a machine to break the wax coating on the honey in the frames. Once the wax layer has been removed, the honey will flow out and be filtered through filters to remove impurities. During this process, you need to be especially careful not to damage the bee colony. After harvesting the honey, you can return the honeycomb to the bee colony to continue building the nest and creating new honey. After harvesting, the honey will be filtered to remove dust, beeswax and other impurities. This is an important step in ensuring the quality of the honey. The honey must be filtered through many layers of fine cloth or specialized filters to ensure that only pure honey remains. After the honey has been filtered, the next step is to preserve the honey. The honey must be stored in clean, sealed glass jars or plastic bottles to avoid contamination and maintain its fresh flavor. Honey can be stored for a long time without spoiling thanks to its antibacterial properties. Honey is not only known as a delicious food but also a natural medicine with countless uses for health and beauty. Healing. Honey has strong antibacterial properties. Helps heal wounds, burns and soothes the throat when inflamed. It also has the effect of reducing coughs and helping to improve the digestive system. Improve cardiovascular health. Honey can help reduce bad cholesterol in the blood, thereby reducing the risk of cardiovascular diseases. Strengthen the immune system. Honey contains antioxidants, helping to increase the body's resistance. Beauty. Honey is widely used in skincare products such as masks, lotions and soaps. It has the effect of softening the skin, providing moisture and reducing acne. In addition to using honey directly, Beekeepers can also process honey into many other products such as candy, spiced honey, or beauty products. Honey candy processing. Honey candy is one of the popular products made from honey. You can make soft candies, honey cookies, or even gummies from honey. The process of making honey candy not only helps to preserve the natural flavor but also increases the nutritional value of the product. These candies can be made from pure honey, combined with other ingredients such as flour, seeds, natural spices, other products from honey. In addition to candy, honey can also be processed into spiced products such as ginger honey, cinnamon honey, or garlic honey. These products not only bring a special flavor but also have medicinal and health-enhancing effects. One of the important factors in beekeeping is protecting the bee colony from environmental factors and diseases. Bees are a species that is vulnerable to negative environmental impacts such as climate change, pollution, or pesticides. Protecting bee colonies not only helps maintain the life of bees but also protects other natural resources. Because bees are one of the important pollinators in nature, contributing to maintaining the ecosystem and agricultural production. Once we understand the process of beekeeping and honey harvesting, we can have a clearer view of the costs and profits from this profession. As mentioned, the initial cost of buying bee breeds, beehives, tools and protective equipment is quite large. However, once you have built a healthy and stable bee colony, the profit will come from selling honey, beeswax and other bee products. Honey can be sold directly to consumers, or you can also process it into other products such as confectionery, cosmetics to sell at a higher price. Therefore, if you manage well, beekeeping can bring a stable and long-term income. So far, we have completed the detailed section on beekeeping, honey harvesting, and honey products. Next, if you need more detailed content in other sections or expansion on certain aspects of beekeeping, I can continue to help. Although beekeeping is quite profitable, not everyone can easily succeed in this field. There are some major challenges that beekeepers need to face. Climate change. Bees are sensitive to climate changes. Changes in temperature, humidity and rainfall can directly affect the honey production process of bees. For example, if the flower season does not bloom at the right time, bees will not be able to collect enough honey to create products. The appearance of diseases and parasites. Bees are very susceptible to bacteria, viruses and parasites such as varroa destructor, parasites that harm honey bees, affecting the health of the bee colony. Controlling and preventing these diseases requires beekeepers to have professional knowledge and experience. Environmental pollution. Using pesticides in agriculture can reduce the quality of honey and directly affect the health of the bee colony. Beekeepers need to be careful and choose beekeeping areas far from sources of pollution. Lack of food sources. Bees need a rich food source from flowers. However, in areas with barren land or where there are not enough trees, flowers and leaves. Maintaining the life of the bee colony is a big challenge. Although there are many difficulties, beekeeping also opens up many great opportunities for those who love and are determined to stick with the profession for a long time. Below are some opportunities you can take advantage of in the beekeeping industry. Growing market demand. Honey and bee products are increasingly popular worldwide. Products such as pure honey, beeswax, and honey-based products, confectionery, cosmetics, etc. are in great demand, especially in high-end consumer markets. Sustainability, with the growing consumer trend of focusing on health and natural products. Raw honey is a great choice. This creates opportunities for sustainable beekeeping, not only helping to protect the ecosystem but also increasing economic growth in the agricultural sector. Byproducts from beekeeping. In addition to honey, beekeepers can also take advantage of byproducts such as beeswax, pollen, and even propolis to process into high-value products. Bee pollen is an excellent source of nutrition and is widely used in the functional food industry. Agritourism. A new trend in the beekeeping industry is the development of an agritourism model, where consumers can visit bee farms, learn about the beekeeping process and experience honey harvesting. This is a model that combines agricultural production and tourism, which can bring additional income to beekeepers. In order for beekeeping to develop sustainably and long-term, beekeepers need to focus on building effective beekeeping models and protecting bee colonies from negative impacts from the environment and the market. Product quality management. Ensuring the quality of honey and bee products is an important factor that helps beekeepers increase product value and build brands. Pure honey, without impurities and without chemicals, will always be highly appreciated and sought after by consumers. Finding a stable consumer market. Beekeepers should build an effective distribution channel for honey products, including finding distribution partners, opening online stores, participating in agricultural fairs, or going to large supermarkets to bring products to consumers. Developing production scale. One of the ways to grow in beekeeping is to expand the scale of beekeeping. However, expansion also requires beekeepers to be fully equipped with